Hi guys, it's Mike and today I'm back with a box but made with a template from Dutch Doobadoo instead of the scoreboard, and here it is. And Dutch Doobadoo is a Dutch brand, as the name might suggest, and it's called Box Art Straw Dispenser A4, and A4 is the paper size. And to me it looks like that beast from Alien that jumps on your face, but it fits on A4, but that's longer than 8 by 11 inches. That's the imperial size, or 8.5 I think it is. But you don't need the whole 11 inches. You can, that last square, I would say, you can resize it. But if you use 12 by 12, then I thought you might get 2 out of 1 sheet, but you can't. And there's all the lines that you need. You have to trace them, the outside and the score lines, and then there's also lines that you can use to embellish plain cardstock. If you do it from white, then it will tell you where to cut your embellished bits, which you can just cut also with your trimmer. I guess that's what I would do. So I'm just here tracing all the outlines and the holes where you have to punch. And the score lines are the ones that are in between. And it's a good thing to do them all. It's really easy and it's reusable. This one, if you don't want to buy a scoreboard or don't have one, or always want to make the same box. The finished box is 2.5 almost by 2.5. It's square. Yeah, I forgot the little notch there. But you see, you trace the middle line. That's the one that is not continuous. It's kind of like a stitched one, and then you cut it along the lines that they tell you. And you can thumb notch it, but I use the little puncher. And then you just stick them on your plain paper, and then you can use your nice designer paper in a more frugal way, I would say. I have plenty of this 12 by 12 paper, so I don't mind. I drew on the side that I wanted to use on the outside, which is not very smart. So do it on the other side, because I scored and then try to erase it. It's not gonna work. And here, see, I forgot one score line. But basically you just trim it along the lines to reveal your alien. Once you scored and notched everything, you can just use one of those ball tools, or nail art dotting tools, I call them. And you can also use your foam boulder, I would say, but I'm using my desk or the paper pad underneath as the impression pad, I would say, because you have to push, and you can do it twice if you want to. Don't press too hard, because sometimes I go through the paper. This is really thick cardstock, so I'm just doing it twice just to make sure I get a good bend. And it's, once you know your cardstock or designer paper, you know how much pressure it can take. See, I'm feeling it. And then while try to erase them while you indented the paper. Nope, that's not gonna work. But I figured you won't see much once it's folded, and yeah, in fact you don't. So you reinforce all the score lines as you would usually do. Now it even looks more like an alien. I'm sorry, I can't get that image out of my head. I just watched Alien. I don't know which one it was, but the one in Antarctica. In the underground pyramid. Yeah. Anyway, you fold it, and to make it, you put it in a little bit of a pointy thing there. And then this is the only hole puncher that fits almost the circle. It's a bit bigger, so the straw is not as tightly in there as it could be. And then I just put some double-sided tape on it, and I put it really quickly for the video, but I would suggest to put it all the way to the edges, because it doesn't close where there's no glue, of course, and you can see it, but then you can fix it later. And I forgot to cut this little bit and notch it. So now it's 11.5 something, A4. And then you line up the edges like you usually do. That's the bottom, and then the side. This is where you can see the flap that's left over is the one that folds inside. So if it's a little bit shorter, you know, it won't really matter that much. In fact, I'm gonna cut off a little bit just to show you. I won't notch it again, but there's no point. You can, of course, if you want to. But see, once it's closed, you can't see that. So even if you have 8.5 by 11 cardstock, you can make it. And then this is a straw, paper straw I cut in half, and it's a little bit roomy, but yeah, that's the one I have. Or you have to find a different hole punch. And see, this is the bits that you cut off with the other lines in the stencil. And Doobadoo has many of these things, and this is just the one I got because I thought that was a nice new way to close a box. I like it. So I would like to thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.